These are some frequently asked questions about other constitutional provisions related to the legislature. Now, most of the provisions of the California Constitution involving the legislature are found in Article 4, the legislative branch, in sections 1 through 28. Nonetheless, there are quite a number of provisions found in other articles of our state constitution that affect the duties and responsibilities of the California legislature. What powers does the legislature have regarding election laws? In Article 2, it authorizes the legislature to define residence and provide registration and election laws, and they must prohibit improper practices that impact elections. Also, the legislature provides for recall of local officers. What powers does the legislature have regarding education? Article 9 states that the legislature prescribes the qualification required for county school superintendents, as well as appointment or election of the county boards of education. And the legislature has the power to provide for organizing school districts, high school districts, and community college districts, and may authorize all school districts to carry on programs and activities. What powers does the legislature have regarding local governments? Article 11 specifies that the state is divided into counties, which are deemed legal subdivisions of the state. The legislature prescribes uniform procedures for county formation, consolidation, and boundary changes. The legislature also provides for county powers, elected county sheriffs, district attorneys, and assessors, as well as an elected governing body in each of our 58 counties. Additionally, the legislature prescribes uniform procedures for city formation and provides for city powers. The legislature provides that counties perform municipal functions at the request of cities within those counties. The legislature is prohibited from delegating to a private person or body any power to make, control, appropriate, supervise, or interfere with county or municipal corporation improvements, money, or property, or to levy taxes or assessments, or to perform any other municipal functions. And finally, the legislature may prescribe procedures for presenting, considering, and enforcing claims against counties and cities, as well as their officers, agents, and employees. What powers does the legislature have regarding taxation? Article 13 provides that the legislature may provide for property taxation of all forms of tangible personal property, shares of capital stock, evidence of indebtedness, and other legal interests. This has to be done by a 2/3 majority vote of each house. The legislature may exempt from property taxation in whole or in part a number of types of property, such as personal residences for those injured in military service, or property used for religious, hospital, or charitable purposes. Additionally, the legislature, by a 2/3 vote, may authorize county boards of supervisors to exempt specified real property. The legislature may define open space land and must provide that when this land is enforceably restricted to recreation, enjoyment of scenic beauty, use or conservation of natural resources, or production of food and fiber, that certain specified conditions are met. Also, the legislature may provide for when a person of low or moderate income, 62 years of age or older, can postpone ad valorem property taxes on their dwelling. The legislature may provide for assessment only on the basis of single family dwelling. What powers does the legislature have regarding labor relations? In Article 14, it states that the legislature may provide for minimum wages and for the general welfare of employees, and for those purposes may confer on a commission legislative, executive, and judicial powers. Additionally, the legislature is expressly vested with plenary power to create and enforce a complete system of workers' compensation by appropriate legislation. What powers does the legislature have regarding amending or revising the state constitution? In Article 18, it provides that the legislature, by a 2/3 vote, may propose an amendment or revision of the Constitution, and in the same manner may amend it or withdraw any proposal. Each amendment must be prepared and submitted so that it can be voted on separately, and the legislature, by a 2/3 majority vote, can submit at a general election the question whether to call a convention to revise the state constitution. What powers does the legislature have regarding miscellaneous subjects? Those are dealt with in Article 20. Among other provisions, it requires the legislature to protect by law from forced sale a certain portion of the homestead and other property of all heads of families. Also, the legislature cannot pass any laws permitting the leasing or alienation of a franchise, or to relieve a franchise or property held from liabilities of the lessor or grantor. Also, the legislature may authorize, subject to some reasonable restrictions, the sale in retail stores of alcoholic beverages contained in their original packages, where the alcoholic beverages are not to be consumed on the premises where they're sold. They may also provide for the issuance of all types of licenses that are necessary to carry on the activities. So those are some of the constitutional provisions found outside of Article 4 that, of course, deals with the legislative branch of state government.